There are 4 sections in a profitable business plan for marketing, and I've broken them down into the same sections that you would find in a very healthy, strong tree. So if you can just meditate on that, take some time, close your eyes, find a picture on Google, draw a picture, but imagine in your mind's eye the most amazing, strong, healthiest tree with all of its roots, the trunk, the branches, and then the blossoms. The root is your foundation. So this section includes your unique gifts, your skills, your personality, your vision, and your values. So in order to come up with what goes in the roots, the decision making, the brainstorming, the planning for the great foundation of your business, you can write about your vision, your overall vision, your 1-year vision, your 5-year vision, your 20-year vision, whatever you feel you want to write about to get clarity, being thorough in what feels right to you. Your values, your core values. I have some videos on how to find and define your values specifically, your unique gifts, your personality, the skills that you've been taught, that you've learned, and then your purpose. These are all very important to consider in your roots. So the trunk of your tree is the pathway to your clients, and this is your marketing. This is the marketing platforms that you use, your email marketing, if you use text messages to stay in touch with your clients, your social media platforms. This is how you are going to show up and let the world know who you are and what you do. And you could do this on video. I highly recommend video. It's a really big part of a good marketing plan. And that is something we have. If you go to beccastar.com, we have the video marketing class in our Healing Profits Academy. It's a really great thing to do, especially as a healer, because there's just so many things that people are I think hungry to hear as far as how can we love ourselves more? How can we care for ourselves more? We've been through a very traumatic year in 2020 with a pandemic, and there's going to be a greater and greater need for post traumatic healing. And that is because any and all stress, you know this, as we experience stress in our lives, it can hold on in our bodies. So, trauma, stress, all the overwhelm, confusion, if we don't have a process to connect with our bodies and really release and let go and breathe, even if we exhale more because we've been, getting healing sessions or massage sessions, like there's so many ways that people can easily process, digest, assimilate. Like we can really let go of anything that's been negative that has happened and really bring the world into the moment, the present moment. And this is your job. This is what you do. And however you do it is in your own unique way. But people need to hear your message. And it's going to be the way that you show up online, in the inbox of your clients. You're going to, choose your platforms and you're going to get really good at them. So that's what this section is all about. And authentic marketing is so much better than traditional marketing, which is why this is the section we talk about no more advertising. Stop putting money. If you have been paying for advertising, if it is not 100% working for you, then just stop doing it. You don't need to do it. All of that stuff that we got clear on in the roots section, this is where that all shines through. This is how people get to know you. The branches of your tree represent your relationships with clients, organizations, your team, and yourself. Now, when we came up with this 4-step marketing plan, it seemed to me that self-love and the relationship you have with yourself should be in the roots. It just makes sense that it's part of that foundation. There is self-awareness in the roots, but the self-love and the relationship that you actually have with yourself is in the branches. Now, this is because how we treat ourselves is how we will probably show up and treat others. There's always that perfect balance, and it always starts with us. And if the branches are to be our relationships and how important those relationships are in our lives, and how important it is to cut off any toxic branches and make sure that we are really growing strong branches, we need the self-awareness. We need to show up in that trunk section with confidence, but we really need to nurture and take care of those branches of our tree. And that includes the relationship with yourself. It includes your professional development, healthy boundaries, self-care, your morning, your evening routines. So there's a lot that goes into the self-care and the relationship you have with yourself, but also how you set those boundaries with others, and how that all shows up. When I decided to do things differently, and this was back in the year 2000, before Facebook, I made a very conscious decision to invest in relationships 1,000,000%. I wasn't going to keep investing in newspapers and all of these, like the value pack. I hate to like diss things that are really great for small businesses if they are used right. But for me, what I found was that my best quality clients that I absolutely loved, they loved me, they told their friends about me, every single one of those was because of a relationship. Either because I nurtured so much the connection and the relationship that I had with this particular client, so they began to refer people to me, or because it was somebody that I knew through a friend or family that was referred to me. I believe it was like this divine intervention, like this, I channeled this in my young 20-something brain. Like I really knew I needed to invest in relationships. And friends, I did not come from this amazing, conscious, like relational self. Like I did not value relationships prior to this. And there are a lot of reasons for that. I think I was in survival mode, my childhood, just all of the things that the hurt, the pain, the abuse, like all of these things that led me into healing work and becoming a massage therapist and wanting to actually do something with my life and have some purpose, more than just a gift in business or to make more money or to get more clients. It was literally such an internal shift for me that it forever changed the course of my life. And in many ways, depending on where you're starting from, as far as your self-interest or your survival or self-care, the reason you became a healer to begin with, it's very different for everybody. You might not have any issue with this, but no matter where you come from, you can always start with relationships and the relationship with yourself, but truly investing in relationships with clients, with others, treating every single person you meet like they are the most important person in the world, exceeding expectations, giving the absolute best massage or best Reiki session or best facial that you could possibly deliver, because every single person deserves your best. And being open to the flow, having honestly just even really going deep with this subject, but grounding yourself, having the meditation we've talked about in previous videos, where you are a conduit. You're feeling the flow of the universal energy. So you're grounded into the earth. And so you're not picking up any negative energy along the way. Like you are showing up as your best every single session. Blossoms are the measurable results. You can look at the blossoms of your tree and be able to measure these. Like, are they coming in? Are they falling off? Is there just dead leaves? There's no leaves. So when you think of your tree and you are looking at your business, this is the results that you are getting. Things don't happen right overnight. So you might start with the roots and really put some effort into your trunk of your marketing plan. You're going to really shift the way you're looking at the branches, be more proactive and conscious about each of these sections. And you might not get to your ultimate goal immediately and see. It takes time for blossoms to come in, but I will tell you, you might most likely will see synchronicities or coincidences, or things will happen that if you just trust, like, this is happening, this is a part of this process. I can see a little seed coming in. Like, I can see this one company called me and asked me if I might be interested in having a table at their event or something like that. Like, you might get invitations, and my biggest thing I could tell you is to say yes. And a lot of times we don't understand that things like that are showing up because we are creating a better business. And it might not be what we thought we wanted, but it's going to lead us exactly where we want to go, if not way better, because that's how the universe works. So trust that any invitations that you might be a little scared, like, I don't want to be, like, maybe you're an introvert like me, and every single time I had an invitation, and it was something that if I didn't want a really great business and I didn't care about results, that I might have just said, no, thank you. But truly, I had to walk through my own social anxiety and my own fear and just say yes, yes, yes to invitations. And I could write a book on how the yeses turned into amazing experiences. And some now, that we're 20 years later, we're back in Connecticut and we've been through a pandemic. Like, I have to say, like, looking back, I'll be 48 this year, and looking back on a lot of those situations and people and experiences, I am so grateful that I said yes to as many things as I said yes to. And it's going to show up differently in the town that you're from, in that community. But I tell you this because in Connecticut, in the small little town, it was the movie theater that asked me to put the table in their lobby. And I did people put their names and probably their phone numbers in there. It was like a raffle. And it was just something special. The manager of the movie theater, I was down the street and he just was thinking of ways to market. I said yes to that. I could give you like 8 other examples in that. The next few months after I made the big shift from traditional marketing to authentic marketing, the invitations and the offers basically to work with organizations and groups did come in. And I believe almost every invitation to step up and do something maybe I hadn't done yet before always brought fear for me. It was always just outside of my comfort zone, but I always said yes. And I always showed up and I always did my best. And looking back, I always have those to be so grateful for personally, but also professionally. They really helped me grow my business in a big way. The effort you put into the roots and the trunk and the branches, it will begin to produce results. It might not show up exactly as you want it to, like so super simple, like, okay, I got more clients, I got more income, done. Like, it's all neat and pretty and tied up in a bow. It's not always like that, friends. It shows up in different ways. And for me, I believe it's your willingness to say yes, universe. I don't know really totally what I'm doing, but I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to do it anyway because this is what you've brought me to do. And having that trust over and over again, I believe it leads to really great things. Now, the measurable results. Every 3 to 12 months, take some time to assess your business goals, your vision, and your strategy. Actually put it into your calendar so it's in your book and you don't let too much time go by. It could be every 12 months, but put that in your calendar and start again at the roots. So this isn't just a one and done marketing plan. This is something you can revisit every quarter, every year, or when you most need it. If you're feeling like you maybe are missing something, you need to kind of really reevaluate the direction you're going in. I believe this is the way to kind of focus your energy, put a little effort, and start to get different results. Now, those results are quality and quantity of clients. What is your session rate and your annual income? We have a lot of exercises on this in Healing Profits Academy. The working environment. Are you really happy with the environment that you work in? And also your skills as a CEO. So you are a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and we again have lots of videos on YouTube and in Facebook on this alone, on being a CEO of your business and how to show up, not just as a healer, but as a healer who runs a really badass business and does very well with all of it. And there are many ways to do that, but those results will show up. And that's your blossoms. That framework gives you the ability to stand the test of time, to customize it, and to really do what works best for you. You get to define and decide what kind of tree you have. Put that tree up on your wall so that every time you see it, you know, am I the strongest business I could be? Does that fit for me? Where am I needing some extra attention? And that's all you have to do is just take a look and, just do it again, like the growth cycle of your tree every season. I hope this helps so much. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please let me know if you have any questions about your own marketing plan.